Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. That's why Machinery Pete has partnered with Big Iron to launch Machinery Pete Auctions, a powerful resource connecting buyers and sellers of used farm equipment. Welcome to Machinery Pete TV Auction Edition.
Thank you to Trelleborg and Mitas Tires as presenting sponsors of Machinery Pete TV Auction Edition. Hey folks, welcome to the Machinery Pete TV Auction Edition. We are previewing our April 19th online auction, and I tell you, we're going to focus on some beautiful tractors on the auction, including a very low-hour Massey Ferguson 1233, an Oliver 1550 with a loader, and while we're on the topic of Olivers, we have an Oliver OC3 crawler you're not going to want to miss. All that and more coming up on the Machinery Pete TV Auction Edition. I have a special treat for you folks. I was able to travel to Rushford, Minnesota to get an up-close look at the equipment line selling on the April 19th auction from the late Willie Bunkie, a legendary equipment guy known throughout southeast Minnesota. Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm just down the road in Rushford, Minnesota today. I tell you what, really cool story here. I'm with Kathy IH. Kathy, good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Kathy had reached out, and the family had some machinery looking to sell on our Machinery Pete monthly online auction. Kathy, your father, Willie Bunkie, had passed away, was it back in December?
Yes, December 12th.
Okay.
So he was 93 years old when he passed away, and he was able to live at home the whole while. So he was pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
So he had a very good life.
Well, and folks around southeast Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Iowa, I'm sure remember Bunkie Sales, Rushford, Minnesota,
Yes.
a dealership your father operated up the road in Hart.
Correct.
And also right here in Rushford?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. But Kathy, you have some amazing materials here about your father.
One of my sisters had somebody come down and write Dad's story, and had the Wilton Bunkie Remembers. So this is my dad on his favorite horse.
Oh.
It tells about Dad's life as a young boy. And although Dad had gone through a lot of tragedies, he was always happy. There's the picture of the farm that we grew up on.
It's quite a garden there.
It is, and so
What did you grow there?
all of our vegetables and stuff. So Mom canned everything. So this is an amazing picture of Dad. That was his one of his favorite tractors, his Farmall
At the
MD.
Now, you're not selling that tractor on the auction, are you?
No, I don't believe so. I think one of the grandkids actually purchased this. So what we did with all of Dad's equipment is we made sure that any of the children or grandchildren that were interested in it, they had first dibs on it.
Awesome.
So
You would drive in the parade pretty much every year?
yes, the only year that he didn't drive in the parade was this year. And I actually have a picture of him. I took him in my Ranger this year because he was having trouble getting up on a tractor.
Okay.
So, but he still wanted the parade. And so all the children and grandchildren all show up, and great-grandchildren, to help with the parade. And each one has their tractor that they're going to drive.
Oh, they drive.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Stay tuned, folks. Coming up, we'll get an up-close look at the vintage equipment from the Bunkie family selling on the April 19th auction, including a very cool International 82 combine. All right, folks, we're out on the yard. We're going to get a close-up look at some of the machinery on the sale here. We're going to visit a little more with the family here. So this is great-grandson Tucker.
Yep.
And Tucker, you're right around Rushford here?
Yep.
Okay. We have Kathy's brothers. This is Don and Dwayne, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And Don, you're the oldest.
I'm the eldest.
Boy. Okay. And Dwayne, and then we have, this is Kathy's son Travis.
Yep.
Tucker's father.
Yep.
This was actually the shop that
Yep.
you were in.
So it's a heated shop, so it was really
Okay.
nice. So Dad and I had come out here in the mornings and work on things, and we actually rebuilt a couple of the bedding choppers.
Okay. Yep.
One of the last big projects he did actually was with Dwayne and
Yeah.
Tucker, and
The Oliver.
Donnie was in on this, taking apart the Oliver OC3 and putting that all back together. He had it all torn apart. Yeah. And Dwayne actually found this for him.
Yeah, where did you find this, Dwayne?
I was building a building for a guy down by Brownsville.
Okay.
And he come driving in one day with this thing on the trailer.
Okay.
And he had taken a building down in La Crosse and found it buried under a bunch of stuff.
Huh.
And they figured it had been in there for 30-some years. And so I asked him if he wanted to sell it. He didn't at that time.
Yep.
Then he called me a year later and said that he would take it. And I took Dad down there to look at it.
Okay.
He was like a kid in the candy store.
Oh, wow.
Had to have it. You know?
Had to have
Because
it.
we had one just like this when
Oh,
we
you
grew
did?
up on the farm.
Okay.
Identical to this little guy. And so we brought it home, and yeah, I think we worked on it almost 2 years probably.
2 years. Okay.
Was the motor stuck on this, or the clutch was stuck
Clutch.
on it when you first got it?
Well, it's beautiful, guys. Now, this is an item on our Machinery Repeat monthly online auction that you don't see every day. An International 82 Combine. Now, Tucker, you just sent me some cell phone video of this thing actually in action. That was recently, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A couple years ago?
A couple of years ago.
Okay.
And it still turns on. It worked today if you needed it to.
Yeah. What was it like running it?
It was awesome. Yeah.
Feel like you were in a time machine going back,
Yeah.
pulling that thing?
Granted, I had a little bit more powerful tractor, but
Yeah.
so I wasn't exactly the
Yeah.
same. But
What were you pulling it with?
I was pulling it with the International 766.
766 pulling an 82. We're going back in time. Boy, that's just a beautiful rig. The International pickup, this is on the auction?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 1210 with a bed on the back. Now, what's the story on this one, Travis?
He bought that from a local guy in town that had it for sale, and him and Tucker tinkered a little bit on the bodywork and touched up a couple spots
Okay.
on it. Got it running, and then Grandpa had that old flatbed around from actually when he used to sell equipment. So then they fabricated, blasted that, put some new lumber boards on it, fabricated that flatbed onto there.
So this baby was part of Bunky Sales.
It
over
was.
the years.
You see all bedding choppers on it.
Bedding chopper. There you go, folks. Of course, almost 50 years old now, 1973 model. Just don't see many of those Internationals. So hop in and click the bid button. That's a pretty cool rig there. And we got an M right here. Tucker, did you paint this one?
I painted that one, yep.
Again, beautiful job. What can you tell us about this baby?
Nice running tractor. That
Runs nice.
starts really nice.
That is the gem that he's had for years.
Yeah.
You know, that
Grandpa had it for a long time. Okay, nice. Yeah, think of the work that baby did over the decades, huh? Got his money's worth out of it.
Ground a lot of feed, did a lot of field work. Grandpa used this barrel for.
Now, is this the M that you were driving, the discing on? That when your wife? This is it. Well, go stand by it, Travis. I need one big picture here. There you go. That's the M that sealed the deal right there, folks. Awesome. And how about the W9? Is this the W9 that the guys were talking about?
So the parts inside the motor are from Grandpa's original W9,
Okay.
but the tractor itself is not.
Okay.
He bought this one, and he had two of them, and was going to make one good one between the two of them.
Gotcha.
So this one was in better shape, in work, and otherwise, but the engine on his original one, there's a lot of parts from the original W9 going into rebuild the engine on this one.
And you worked on it, Tucker?
Yep.
Stay tuned, folks. Coming up, we're going to check out a 2005 John Deere 9660 STS Combine from Manitoba. Just over 1,700 SEP hours on it. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Repeat's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machineryrepeat.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. Hey folks, I'd like to welcome our guest Chris Berry with Berry Machinery from Emmett, Idaho. Chris, how you doing today?
Good. How are you doing, Greg?
Good. And Chris, we need to thank you for being one of our Machinery Repeat certified auction partners. It's great to get equipment from the Northwest out there. And Chris, even a piece from Canada on our April 19th auction. Can you tell us about that combine?
Yeah, you bet. I talked to the gentleman. I didn't go up there myself, but it looks like a really nice combine and spent quite a bit of time on the phone. It has some really nice upgrades to it. The feeder house chain.
It's an 05 9660 and what, 2153 engine and just over 1700 step hours on it?
Yep, that's correct. That's correct. So
okay.
Yeah,
and quite a few upgrades to it, right?
There are. Yep. Feeder house chain. They have an upgraded concave as well as they chip the engine. So it gives it about 60 more horsepower.
And it sounds like from the description, Chris, and by the way, tons of great pictures you've got listed with us on this combine, but it sounds like the seller had owned it for about 5 years and bought it from a neighbor. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Bought it from a neighbor down the road. And he said that they took care of it similarly to the way they like to take care of their stuff. So it was a comfortable purchase for him. And it also sounds like the seller takes oil samples every year in all their equipment.
Well, these clean combines with a bit of age on them, very popular. I know, Chris, you travel the country for machinery, and I know on our site we saw average auction price on a 9660 up 26.7% last year. Now you also have a tractor on our sale, a low-hour, a New Holland. Can you tell us about that TV145 bidirectional?
You bet. Those are original hours. Originally came off a nursery operation loading mulch and chips. This gentleman purchased it, and now he's in the process of doing some downsizing. But those are original hours. Super nice tractor.
Yeah, 2,288 hours, folks, on an 08 model. Boy, that you talk about right in the sweet spot. And yeah, those bidirectionals are pretty handy, aren't they, Chris?
Yeah, sure are. Sure are. Especially in the cattle operation areas out here.
Well, Chris, thanks for telling us about those two beautiful items on our Machinery Pete April 19th auction.
You bet, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
Well, folks, on the topic of tractors, we have a few more very nice options on our April 19th Machinery Pete online auction. And let's start off by going to Kansas. Our great friends at Central Equipment Sales, Justin Armitage and the crew down there do a great job. You got a couple red ones on our sale I think you're going to want to check out. Let's start off with this 2015 Case IH Farmall 110C. It's got 1,102 hours on it, selling with a Case IH L630 loader. Of course, this is right around that 100 horse range, folks, and we know how hot this segment of the market's been for low-hour used tractors the past couple of years. In fact, there's only 9 of these Farmall 110Cs available at machinerypete.com right now, and this being one of them, so check that out. Now, Justin is also selling this super sharp 98 Case IH 8930 two-wheel drive, 7,068 hours on it. This is from a farmer in the northern Texas area of the Panhandle, just retired and rented out his ground. Now, on the topic of 8930s, folks, I got to share with you a fact from a March 22nd auction in New London, Wisconsin. Now, this was a front wheel assist 8930, but it was a 98 model. 3,551 hours on it, sold for $102,500. That's the first Magnum 8000 series I've ever seen go over 100K. So again, check out that 8930 on our April 19th auction. Now, a couple other tractors of note on this April 19th sale. Let's go to South Carolina for this New Holland 8160 two-wheel drive with a canopy. It's from Aiken, South Carolina. Now, I don't see many of these 8160s around, so unique opportunity here to hop in and bid. And there's 30 pictures of this one, so check it out, folks. It's represented by the good folks at the Iron Auction Group. And then let's hop back to Texas for a 2010 Case IH Maxim 210 with a loader. Now, this is for sale from the folks at Williams County Equipment, and it's got a total of 4,288 hours on it. And a late addition to our April 19th Machinery Pete online auction was this 2013 McCormick MTX 145 mechanical front, only 980 hours on it, full front weights. And folks, this is a one-owner tractor, very sharp. And of course, you get into Watertown, Minnesota, that's my neck of the woods. Farmers there take great care of their equipment. And again, you don't see a ton of these MTX 145s. So check that out. And one more item on the topic of like new. If you're looking for a header trailer, folks, we have a 2021 Horst 36-foot header trailer from Leesburg, Indiana on our April 19th Machinery Pete auction. So hop on, check it out, and click that bid button. Coming up, folks, the pair of feature tractors on our April 19th auction, a very low-hour Massey Ferguson 1233 and a sweet Oliver 1550 with a loader. Got equipment to sell? Sell it on the Machine Repeat monthly online auction. Call 844-727-6374 and we'll connect you with one of our auction partners to get your equipment listed. Hey folks, time to talk about the pair of tractors, our feature items on our April Machine Repeat monthly online auction. And pleased to welcome back special guest Bill Albaugh with Hot List Equipment. Bill, my friend, how are you doing today?
Very well, Greg. How are you guys doing?
Doing well and excited about these two tractors you've got on our April auction here. Let's start off with the 1966 Oliver 1550 gas with a loader. And boy, the hours listed on this thing only 2,916 hours.
Yep.
Bill?
Yeah, if you look at the tractor online there, I mean, it's clean, straight. It shows the hours. I mean, it is immaculate. It's got new rubber all the way around. Quaker loader. 540 PTO. It's just, I mean, that's just a good runner. And there'll be a video on it uploaded that people can see it running.
Okay, and appreciate all the great pictures you always post of the items that you're selling on our Machine Repeat online auction, Bill. And we should mention, actually, we both know the owner of this tractor and the next tractor we'll highlight too, but Eric McPherson, the founder and CEO of Dawson Tire and Wheel, just a fantastic company out there. And so again, this tractor is Eric's special Oliver 1550.
Yeah, absolutely. This and the Massey 1233 that we'll talk about here in just a few minutes are both his tractor, both shedded. And you'll notice that the Dawson Tire new rubber all the way around. So, spectacular pieces.
Now, these Oliver tractors, Bill, I know you're a tractor guy and you go way back, but boy, a lot of interest in these things. I remember years ago, I think it was 8 years ago, I actually saw an auction in North Dakota where an Oliver 1550 with a loader, I think it was a farmhand loader, actually sold for $29,500. I think a couple of neighbors really wanted it, but these Olivers, they really attract a lot of interest, don't they?
Absolutely do. I'm a native of Iowa, so it's kind of near and dear to the Iowa heritage, because Olivers were manufactured in Iowa, and there was a lot of those green tractors around when I was growing up.
You bet. Well, let's highlight now the next tractor you have on our April auction, Bill. A beautiful 2001 Massey 1233, only 724 hours on it. Also for sale by Eric McPherson. Yeah,
absolutely. Another clean, straight tractor with all new turf tires all the way around it. MFWD, 28 horsepower. It's got the Iseki engine in it. It's got LED lights. So for those of you who want to get out and do your work at night, have some good, brighten it up really well for you. But again, it's a good, clean, straight tractor. There'll be a video of it running online as well.
And I think you've already got 20 pics of this baby. And these utility tractors, I think we've talked before, Bill, but ton of interest here, especially the last 2 years when the pandemic set in. And then you find, new ones can be hard to get and very expensive. So here you got just one over 20 years old. It's basically like new. It's a unique buying opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. These low hour compact tractors are good property. And this one's set up without a loader or any other attachments, so you can just kind of add to it. You can still find a loader for that tractor. You can add whatever attachments you need to make that thing work. Another thing to note on that tractor is it had the complete 500-hour service on it as well. When I think it was like 550, 570 hours. So, that tractor's ready to go.
Well, you talk about the value of that recent service, complete service, and the new tires. Wow, that's then you factor in a 20+ or 20-year-old tractor with low hours like that. This tractor is checking all the boxes, Bill.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely.
And Bill, I know you set a record back on our February Machine Repeat online auction with another Massey. I think that one came out of Iowa, and that was late model, but an 18 model 1736 low hours with loader. You got what, 27,000 out of that thing?
Yeah. It was up in Sioux City, Iowa, and a retirement guy, and that tractor sold very well. Had a lot of action. I had a lot of phone calls on it.
Well, you know how to find quality, my friend. And again, we thank you for listing them on our Machine Repeat auction. So definitely, folks, hit machinerepeat.com. Check out the 1966 Oliver 1550 gas with a loader and the Massey 1233 from our friend Eric McPherson with Dawson Tire and Wheel. These are great tractors, folks. Click that bid button and bring them home. Well, folks, thanks for joining us for our preview of our April 19th Machine Repeat monthly online auction. Be sure to go to machinerepeat.com and click that bid button on all this cool equipment. And hey, if you've got an item or your whole line of equipment you're looking to sell, give us a call, 844-727-6374. Our next auction is coming up May 17th. Thank you to Trelleborg and Mitas Tires as presenting sponsors of Machine Repeat TV Auction Edition. Hey folks, Machine Repeat here. Thanks for watching our Machine Repeat TV Auction Edition preview show today on RFD-TV or here on YouTube. Previewing our monthly online auction coming a week from today, April 19th, Tuesday. Really appreciate all your support of our Machine Repeat online auction. We started back in August of 21. It's been fun to watch the sale grow. Working with more of our auctioneer friends around the country, getting up into Canada now. And fun on this episode of the show to highlight a full farmer line, estate line of equipment selling on this April 19th sale. Willie Bunky's equipment down out of Rushford, Minnesota. I did want to highlight a few recent additions, late additions to our April 19th auction. We've had some beautiful tractors come in that I think we need to highlight on here. So one of them is a John Deere 7830, 4,610 hours. This is out of Kansas. Our great friends down there with Central Equipment Sales in Hugoton, Kansas. If you know Justin Armitage, always has super high quality equipment. Justin's had some great items on our past few auctions that sold very well. Just again, high quality, super sharp 7830 here again, 4,610 hours on it. So check that out. That again sells absolute a week from today, April 19th. And if we keep scrolling through the list here, of course, there's the 2008 New Holland TV145 bidirectional that we heard about from Idaho with only 2,288 hours on it. So check that one out, folks. But again, we keep scrolling through the list here. Now here was one that was just added from Watertown, Minnesota. A 2013 McCormick MTX 145. And I'll actually be posting a little video of the owner telling us about this tractor. It only has 983 hours on it. Again, from right here in central Minnesota, Watertown's a great little farming community there. So check that out. Again, it sells a week from today, April 19th. And stay tuned for that on more in-depth video preview about that tractor. Now there's also a Case IH Magnum 305, just under 8,200 hours on it. Again, this comes from Southwest Kansas, Central Equipment Sales. Again, tons of pictures there. Check that out. Of course, a lot of love for the Magnums out there. And here's a nice 305 for sale, 8,189 hours. Keep moving down the list. Here's a very nice loader tractor. A lot of demand for these good loader tractors with a little bit of age on them. So this 15 model Farmall 110C, again, from Central Equipment Sales out of Kansas. Only 1,102 hours on it with the loader. And there's the full description from Justin. Tons of pictures, but really a nice loader tractor here. Definitely want to check that one out. Now, here again, another beautiful tractor from Justin, a two-wheel drive 8930. This tractor has 7,068 hours on it, just super sharp. Again, you can see Justin's note. It came from a retired farmer in northern Texas. Recently rented his ground out, but beautiful tractor there. Of course, we just saw a mechanical front 8930 sell for 102.5 on a farm auction up in Wisconsin. So beautiful tractor there. Check out all the pictures of it. Again, it sells a week from today, April 19th. I think we have a couple more tractors to highlight here. Recent additions. Again, back to Kansas. Sharp John Deere 7630. You can see there has 4,985 hours on it. Pre-emission, low hours, mechanical front, kind of that combination. This 30 series, what people are looking for, low hour. And again, Justin represents quality equipment that he puts on our auctions. So super sharp 7630 there. And how about this one out of Illinois? Our friend Corbin Richardson with 217 Ag Solutions, a restored Farmall 560-63 model. Tons of pictures on this thing. So if you're a Farmall fan, hop in and just peruse these pictures. And if you've always wanted a 560, folks, here's your chance. It sells absolute a week from today, April 19th, Machinery Pete monthly online auction. I don't know if we were able to highlight this in the TV show, but I tell you what, if you want a sweet vintage rake that's ready to work, how about an International 37? This again is from the Willie Bunkie line of equipment down in Rushford, Minnesota. Willie was a legend down there all throughout southeast Minnesota. And by the way, if you ever get to Rushford, Minnesota, it is an excellent place to buy lefse. If you don't know what lefse is, you haven't quite fully lived yet. So here's your opportunity. Come up my way, some great Norwegian food. There's a little shop in Rushford that sells lefse. It's good stuff. Personally, I put cinnamon sugar on it. I know a lot of people do brown sugar. We won't get into a big heated argument about it. Brown sugar is good, but cinnamon sugar, man, it's hard to beat that. Another beautiful tractor here, again out of Kansas, our friends Central Equipment Sales. Another beautiful loader tractor, John Deere 6150M. This thing has only 2,916 hours on it with the loader. Great opportunity, sells absolute 1 week from today, April 19th. Get in there and click that bid button, folks. If we keep going through the list here, again, you can see a lot of the items that we highlighted. One note about this Oliver 1550, the 66 model that was one of the feature items in the TV show with the loader. This from our friend Eric McPherson, the CEO of Dawson Tire and Wheel. Fantastic guy, super smart. There is a video on this tractor with all the pictures, so click on that little last item here. It's got the little play button and you can see a video of this thing in action. Oliver 1550 with a loader, low hours, new tires. You don't see them like that, folks, so get in there and be active on that Oliver 1550. And again, scrolling through the list here, all the variety of items. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know about those few late additions. Again, just go to machinerypete.com, look for that Machinery Pete Auctions button, click it. We got 68 items. Again, everything sells absolute, no buyer's fees. The sale is Tuesday, April 19th. And again, thanks for watching the show today on RFD-TV. If you missed it today, set your DVRs. It does rerun this Thursday and also on Saturday in advance of the auction, Tuesday, April 19th. And I'll leave you with the same message, folks, that I said on the TV show. If you have a piece of equipment for sale, a piece or two sitting in the shed, or you got your whole line, you're looking to retire, give us a call. Reach out. Our toll-free number is 844-727-6374, or just hit our little email link right on machinerypete.com. We bring a ton of buyers, registered bidders, 300,000 registered bidders to the party here to look at this equipment. And you've probably seen some of our strong results. So there's never been a better time to be a seller in the 32 years I've been doing this. So here's your chance, and again, an opportunity to get some powerful extra promotion here through our TV show, these YouTube videos, our Machinery Pete Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have 300,000 plus followers. So we can get the right people looking at your equipment. Give us a call. We'll connect you with one of our great auction partners we work with around the country to get it listed. And you can sell your equipment on the Machinery Pete monthly online auction.